subject introduction to optimization. And till now, in the previous lecture, we were uh, continuing our discussion on region elimination method. Okay, so in in elimination method, we started with bounding phase, and yesterday we completed internal refinement phase. Okay, so I hope there is no doubt. The notes has been circulated to all of you, as well as we took one example in which we tried to optimize or to get the refined in the interval for the example which we took yesterday. Okay, so in the continuation of it, we have some more methods in single variable optimization. So in this, the new technique is polynomial approximation or point estimation technique. Okay, so in this, the most popular method is the quadratic approximation method. Okay, so suppose we have some just a second. Okay, so in this quadratic approximation method, suppose we have a quadratic function, and we are supposed to we are trying to solve your quadratic equation or quadratic function using your quadratic approximation method. Okay, okay, so this is again a 3 point approximation method. Here also we are taking 3 points, and how these 3 points are taken, it is quite different from the previous method in which we used internal halving method. Okay, so let us see. There are three consecutive values of x which has been taken. These values are x1, x2, and x3, and their corresponding values of function are f1, f2, and f3. And what we are supposed to do in this method, we will determine three constant. These are, oh sorry, okay, sorry, thank you. So these uh, okay, I will repeat again. So there are in quadratic approximation method, we it is more or less similar to your 3 point uh, 3 point method which we discussed yesterday. Okay, where we were taking 3 points. Okay, here also we are taking 3 points, but in what sense it is different from the previous method, we will see it. Okay, so let us consider three consecutive point of your quadratic function, given quadratic function which you are trying to solve using your quadratic approximation method. So say these 3 points are x1, x2, and x3, and their corresponding values, the corresponding values of function at x1, x2, and x3 are f1, f2, and f3. Okay, so in this method, we will try to determine three constant a0, a1, and a2. Okay, so what are these a1, a0, a1, and a2 constant? So these constant are uh, selected in such a way that your quadratic function satisfy the following condition. Okay, so suppose your quadratic function is qx equal to some ax square plus bx plus c, something like that. See, let me write here. So suppose your qx is, if we are talking about quadratic function, this will be ax square plus bx plus c. So something like this, your quadratic function will be there, and we are choosing your constant a0, a1 and a2 in such a manner that your quadratic function is converted into qx equal to a0, constant separated, then a1 multiplied by x minus x1, a2 uh, multiplied by x minus x1 into x minus x2. So you can see the form of these equations remain the same. It is again a quadratic equation, but there are some three constant which has been introduced in this quadratic equation. Okay, so these 3 points are selected in such a way that your fx1, suppose these 3 points, this some values are taken x1, x2 and x3. Okay, so let us see your x for x fx for the value of x equal to x1. Okay, so you will get f1, obviously you will get f1. So f1 will be, what will be the value if you put the value of your x equal to x1? So this will be a0 plus a1 into x1 minus x1, so this term will be 0. Similarly, a2 into x1 minus x1, so again this term will be 0. So this way f1, your f1 comes equal to a0. Okay, so we can say that your a0 is equal to f1. So we have chosen the values of your a0, a1 and a2 in such a way so your a0 is coming equal to f1. Similarly, for the next value, that is x equal to x2. So here what you will see, your a0 is if you write your a for x equal to x2. So what will be the value of this function? This will remain a0. A0 is, we know, f1 plus a1 multiplied by x2 minus x1 plus, so this term again x2 minus x1 into x2 minus x2, so this term will be 0. Okay, so your f2 value of f2 will be equal to f1 plus a1 x2 minus x1. Here we can see f2 equal to fx2 equal to qx2 f1 plus a1 x2 minus x1. Okay, so from this we if we shift the value of f1 into the left hand side, so this will be f2 minus f1 equal to a1 x2 minus x1. So in this we have chosen value of x1, we have chosen values of x2, we know the value of f1, we know the value of f2. Okay, so we can calculate the value of your constant a1 equal to f2 minus f1 upon x2 minus x1. Okay, so we have calculated a0, we have calculated a1. Now let us come to the third point, x equal to x3. So for x equal to x3, again you will put the value of x in your quadratic function, that is the qx. So f3 equal to fx3 equal to qx3 equal to a0 plus a1 x minus x1. Okay, so we know the value of a1, so we have put the value of a1 here. This is your a1, and this x minus x1 will be x3 minus x1. Now the another term a2 x minus x3 means x3 sorry x3 minus x1 means x minus x1. Okay, So here x minus x2 next term. So we have now x3 minus x2. Okay. So if you shift all the values in one side and if you solve for a2, this value will come a2 equal to 1 upon x2 minus x3 minus x2, f3 minus f1 divided by x3 minus x1 minus f2 minus f1 upon x2 minus x1. Okay, so this way we have calculated the value of a0, a1 and a2. Okay, so now again focus on your this quadratic function. This your quadratic function is a0 plus a1 x minus x2 plus a2 x minus x1 into x minus x2. So for from that this, if we take derivative of this by using method of derivative, if we take derivative of it, so for for maximum or minimum value, for optimum value, what should be dq as x over dx should be equal to 0. We will compute this value, the first derivative of this quadratic equation equal to 0. So let us do the same process. So dq over dx equal to your a0 was constant, so that in derivative it will not come, and this will come a1 minus a1 plus a2 into x minus x2 plus a2 into x minus x1. Okay, so if you take derivative of this your quadratic equation, this will come, the value will come like this. Okay, so if you solve this, you will get the value of x equal to x2 plus x1 upon 2 minus a1 upon 2a. Okay, so this is about your polynomial approximation, that is under polynomial quadratic approximation. Okay, so we are doing approximation of quadratic equation, and here we have got the optimum value of x equal to x2 plus x1 upon 2 minus a1 upon 2a2. Okay, so let us try to implement this equation in a real example so that you are able to understand easily. So in let us see one example of estimating minimum of a given function fx equal to 2x square plus 16x. Okay, so the interval which is given here, it is from 1 less than equal to x is less than equal to 5. Okay, so we are supposed to calculate some 3 point. We are supposed to identify some 3 point, consecutive 3 point. So since this value is varying from 1 to 5, so we can put x1 equal to 1, x3 equal to 5, and x2 we can take mid of these two. So midpoint will lie at 5 plus 1 equal to 5 plus 1 6, 6y2 equal to 3. So let us take x2 equal to 3. So we have chosen 3 point, x1 equal to 1, x2 equal to 3, and x3 equal to 5. Let us calculate the values of function at these point. We have function. So let us calculate f1, f2, and f3. So this function is already known to you, and you know the values of x. So you can get the value of x, f1, f2, and f3 by putting the value of your x in this particular function. Okay, so now what will be our first next step? Because we are trying to solve this problem using your quadratic quadratic approximation method. Okay, so under quadratic approximation, now our next step will be to calculate the constant a0, a1, and a2. Okay, so we know your your a0 a0 what is the value of a0? A0 is your f1. So we can write a0 equal to 80 because we have calculated the value of function at x equal to 1. It is equal to 80. Then for calculating a1 and a2 is equal to 8 sorry, a1 is equal to f2 minus f1 upon x2 minus x1. This we have already calculated in the discussion. Okay, so let us put the values of f2 is 23.33, f3 is 53.2, and f1 is 80. Okay, so let us put these values in this formulae. We have a1 equal to f2 minus f1 upon x2 minus x1. Okay, so this is coming around 8 by 3. Okay, so then calculate the value of a2. So what will be the value of a2? A2 is 1 upon x3 minus x2. So 1 upon x3 minus x2 into f3 minus f1 upon x3 minus x1 minus 8 by 3. Okay, so this value is equivalent to your a1. So we have directly put the value of a1. Okay, so this is coming approximately equal to 46 by 50. Okay, so now we have calculated a0, we have a1, we have a2. Okay, so now we can calculate the value of your uh, approximate value of your optimum value. We can calculate using x bar equal to x2 plus x1 upon 2h. This we have calculated by keeping your first derivative equal to 0. First derivative of your quadratic formulation. Okay, so this x bar is x2 plus x1 upon 2 minus a1 upon 2a2. So if we put these values in this expression, we will get 3 plus 1 by 2 minus 8 by 3 divided by 2, 46 by 15. So this is coming around 1.565. Okay, so by your quadratic approximation method, we could compute the value of your approximate value of your x. Okay, optimum approximate value. Okay, so by using this we are able to find out approximate value. Okay, so here for clarity I have wrote one the exact value which has been calculated using other method. So this exact value of for minimization of function is x star equal to 1.5874. Okay, so you can see the differences. The value is nearly same to the exact minimum value. So we can say that using quadratic approximation method, we are reaching to certain uh, certain we are reaching to a certain or you can say approximately we are reaching to the exact solution in the case of quadratic search equation. Okay, so next in the next I will in the next class I will take uh, next method, that is successive quadratic estimation method. Today I will stop here for discussion. It is 10:10, so we have around 20 minutes. If you are having any doubt, you can discuss. Okay, so we will go slowly because I think in mathematical portions you should get time to practice these questions. Okay, so I will expect that you practice each method every day. At least one question you are solving from your from the if you are able to find problems related to these method. Okay, so although I will also be giving few assignments. Okay, so that is all from my side. If there is any query, you can ask. Okay, if there is no query, then we can stop here.